On this episode of Now Loading News, we'll get to watch as a media teacher on Kauai pursues BMX biking, get an insight of Hawaii's rising cost of homes and how it affects their residents, and a recap of this month's highlights. That's what's next on Now Loading News.
On the campus of Moana Loa, in association with Metamac, giving voices to stories untold.
We are Now Loading News.
Aloha and welcome back to another edition of Now Loading News. My name is Maya O.
And I'm Randy Kinaga, and we'll be your hosts for this month's show.
BMX stands for bicycle motocross, which is the sport of riding, racing, performing stunts on a bicycle. Let's meet Kevin Matsunaga, a media teacher at Chiefus Kamakahele who enjoys riding BMX.
Guys, and welcome back to the channel, and thanks for stopping by. Hey, tonight we are in Kapolei for the Bike Factory Ride Out. I am probably a BMX fanatic. I started on a BMX bike back when I was, I don't know, maybe 8 years old. Fell in love with it, did it until I was about 16. So BMX stands for bicycle motocross, and it's a sport in which back in the late 70s where kids got their bikes, they tried to kind of beef it up, and they would create these tracks of jumps and turns, and that became bicycle motocross.
How did I start? Probably started maybe when I was about 5 years old. That was just something that I love to do. Well, to be honest with you, I never stopped riding. I've always had a bike, on me is what I'm saying.
Being back on a bike now, it's like, it brings back a lot of the same types of feelings where I'm excited, happy, stoked to get on a bike and hang out with different people.
Yeah, that's exactly how I met Kevin. It's through YouTube, actually. The ideas that I was putting out content that he resonated with, bike riding and consistently. And he wanted to be a part of it, and I was glad to have him a part of it, and then that's how we meshed.
Elton's been doing this for years, and I just happened to reach out to him, and I was like, hey, I see that you guys are doing these cool rides, can I come? And he was like, absolutely. I think the thing that's been the best part about getting back into it is that just the people that you're able to meet by showing up at things like this.
We've been going on for over 2 years now, steady. Every Wednesday, Friday, we meet up here at the park at 6 o'clock, we go out for a ride. What gets me on the bike all the time is the fact that I want to wheelie. Yeah, that's my main emphasis. When I'm in a wheelie, nothing else matters but that wheelie, or else I could get hurt.
All right, shall we head out? I can pretty much go to a lot of different states and find somebody to ride with, and that's probably the best part, is that just finding adventure wherever it takes you. Gee, there you go, Elton. You're gonna see younger kids all the way to adults, but there's guys older than me, and there's also going to be little kids.
When I'm in class, I be tipping the chair back, and it makes me think about doing wheelies on the way home. It always has me prepared and wanting to do some wheelies or something.
It's just the vibe is just always positive, and everyone's happy to see you. Everyone's throwing the shakas and high-fiving, and it's a great environment to be around.
Biking, you bike, you ride, and you adventure, you feel me?
You never know what's out there, and so that's why I keep going out. It's never the same every time that I pick up the bike, and that's the adventurous part of it.
BMX takes a great amount of skill, dedication, and motivation. It's great to see that Kevin has continued to ride over the hills with his BMX skills.
Next, let's learn more about how Hawaii's rising cost of homes are affecting potential homebuyers due to inflation.
In Maryland, my goal was to buy a house within the next 2 years. And now that I'm back in Hawaii, because of inflation, I don't even see how that's possible.
When inflation occurs, the price level is increasing, and what that means is things in essence are more expensive.
Through controlling the economy, the federal government increases the interest rates in attempts to lower inflation rates, making it harder for potential homeowners to borrow.
Inflation typically is for real estate is typically maybe 4 or 5% a year on the long term. There are years where it goes up drastically, Years where there's deflation, it goes down.
According to a report in 2015, a typical 3-bedroom house like the one behind me was listed for $700,000. But because of the impacts of inflation, this house is now listed as $1.1 million, which makes finding places to live for Ma and other residents alike extremely difficult.
I'm currently looking for a place, and every time I look, I'm like, oh my gosh, I guess I gotta get one less bathroom. I guess maybe my daughter will share a room. Like, I'm trying to make all these decisions, or I can't live in a certain area that I would potentially like to because of the cost.
For Ma, 3 jobs have all been an effort to keep up with the life she wants for her and her daughter.
I'm teaching regular 3rd grade, which I absolutely adore, and I'm doing an after-school program 4 days a week, and then I do TikTok, and I actually get money off my views from there. So I have 3 different incomes coming in right now, and it's still a lot of saving has to take place for me to afford a place. Turn that in, and I'll go over our schedule and then get you guys your planner.
The thing about inflation is that if we anticipate it or if we expect it, we can make adjustments.
But the big, huge cost of rent and food takes so much of that income that I have to pull in other ways and make money in other areas.
Many residents face a struggle of keeping up with Hawaii's high cost of living, but that's the price of paradise.
And I didn't realize how much I loved it until I left and went back to the mainland and realized all the little things that were here that are free. And inflation can't take that away from us, so yeah.
This is Stephanie Wee, reporting for Now Loading News.
Many Hawaii residents face the struggles of trying to keep up with the high cost of living due to inflation. Ma's dedication to work multiple jobs in order to find a home is truly impressive, and we wish her the best.
Now, let's head to Misty and Now Trending to see the latest events that happened around campus this month.
Hey everyone, it's Misty Griffith. This month, Moanalua hosted events like the annual talent show and the Turkey Trot Health Fair. My favorite part was definitely the Turkey Trot Health Fair and checking out all the different booths and vendors. Here's a recap of the month of November. November is a special month of the year. From Veterans Day to Thanksgiving, November is filled with fun moments and memories. Now let's head back to Ren and Maya.
Thanks, Misty. Well, that's all for today's show. We hope you guys enjoyed this edition of Now Loading News. If you would like to see more, visit our website, nowloadingnews.com, and you can follow our Instagram at MOHS_broadcast, as well as our TikTok at MOHS.broadcast. On behalf of the Now Loading News team, we thank you for tuning in. I'm Renny Kinaga.
And I'm Maya O, and the loading is now complete.